Hey, party people. Hope you enjoyed those shows that we had the last 2 days. The After Hours Club and Speakeasy was last night. We did another 4-hour marathon, 4 hours plus, and had a lot of fun, had a lot of good call-ins. Big shout out to all those people who helped participate in those broadcasts. We do appreciate it. And anyway, I just wanted to share with you something. I got a brand new Mandela effect here, and huge find by Fiverr. Anyway, I wanted to show this on screen real quick. This is our boy here, Kenny Rogers. Now, I want to tell you right now, Kenny Rogers, when he asked me to spell Rogers, I remember as O-R-G-E-R-S. That's the Rogers I remember, and that's the Kenny I would definitely say that I have in my memory. Now, what's weird is he said that he has a memory of Kenny Rogers with a D, G-E-R-S. And I thought, okay, now listen, I had just woken up, and I get online, and this is the first thing that's presented to me. So I'm like, get out of here, man. No way. I'm like, I'm just in total like denial about this. I think I was actually totally denying this Mandela effect because I'm just like, no, it's not true. It's just not. But I've got some evidence to show you guys, and it's quite compelling. As you can see here, this is his Twitter. But man, wait till I show you what we got. It just can't be. It really can't. But there is, there seems to be two Kenny Rogers in this reality that actually have one with a D and one with no D. And wait till you see the evidence, guys. It is really, really amazing. And thank you once again to Fiverr. So let's get started with that. All right, so first up, we're going to look at the database, and we're going to check what the newspapers seem to remember. And we get a lot of Kenny Rogers residue here. We have 3,633 matches. Now, more than likely, at least a quarter of these, or maybe an eighth of these, probably are other people named Kenny Rogers, right? I mean, we can't always say that they're all, Kenny Rogers, the singer. But nonetheless, a lot of matches, so, we see that. Next up, we have, looks like here we have a Kenny Rogers album for sale for $4.89, and they spell it with a D, okay? And, when you start seeing this stuff, you start thinking, well, maybe these are just misprints, it's possible. But here's another paper right here. It says The Gambler, and it's got Kenny Rogers, okay, with the D, Rogers. But like I said, this is not my Kenny. My Kenny was just Rogers. When I see this name, it looks a bit longer than what I remember. So for many of you, maybe you do remember the R-O-D-G-E-R-S version. Here's a paper right here. Rogers creates Dixie in Arena. Okay, and that's definitely Kenny Rogers, and they definitely spelled his name wrong. Okay, and we've seen this many times. Next up, we have this particular paper, and this is really bizarre because if you look at it here, it has Kenny Rogers, R-O-G-E-R-S, but right next to it, they're going to put the D in, right? You have the Knack, and this guy, I guess because of the way the black and white came out, it appears he has double horns. He does look like the devil right here. We have The Gambler right here, Kenny Rogers with a D. But once again, right here, it's no D. Rogers all over the place. But of course, on the actual covers, there's nothing, right? So I think it would be safe to say that you're getting a lot of spelling mistakes right now, right? So of course, I'm trying to be objective about this. I don't always want to say it's a Mandela effect. I would like to say that there are just many spelling mistakes, or people make mistakes, and and keep some semblance of my reality in check. However, that's not the case anymore, guys. We just have to come to grips with what the Mandela effect is. You're going to start seeing changes like this. You're just going to experience these, and this is very common. Once again, you'll see a album cover with the correct name, or a correct name that you remember, and then something different underneath. So when we come here, this is the Bellamy Brothers. Congratulations to Kenny Rogers. He's going into the Country Music Hall of Fame. You know, the news has really let us down in the last few years. We realize that. But nonetheless, here we have Kenny Rogers. This was posted on their website, and we see a lot of those. But this is where it starts to get a little bizarre, okay? So Kenny Rogers in the first edition. So this is a closer image of what we're seeing here on these records, okay? Reprise Records, Kenny Rogers with a D, right? But I showed you the album cover. And look at all these D's. All right, now this is bizarre. We actually found a Kenny Rogers first edition album with, with this artwork. I believe this is official. Amazon, right here. Kenny Rogers. Come on. How do you create this wrong? How do you create this wrong and have the D here? It's totally bizarre. Here's a red version right here. And we come here, and then here's a book. Kenny Rogers 21 number ones. But nonetheless, they have it spelled incorrectly. Google Books. This is a weird one. Oh my God. Okay, this is Kenny Rogers with the D. This is the D Rogers. Like I said, this is not my Kenny. But apparently at some point he was part of some sort of boy band with this chick. I don't know who this chick is. Apparently this was a group that he was associated with. Whoever remembers him being associated with this group? I don't remember that. I thought Kenny Rogers was always a solo act. But yeah, it's called Something's Burning. And I would dare say that hopefully it's not because of VD. Anyway, the point is, Kenny, boy band. Anyway, there's that. And here it is on Discogs. Kenny Rogers in the first edition with the D. And of course the album cover. Okay. And like I said, there's a D represented, guys. So how can there be two Kenny Rogers? How could there be all of these examples with the wrong spelling? Huh? There can't be. This is just some residual left over with the wrong name. It's starting to look really strange, guys. Yeah, and it's even on the tape. It's got the D here, so it's just not a misprint here. You see what I'm saying? This is incredible proof, I got to tell you. Inside the world of Kenny Rogers, right here. There's a D there. There's a D there. Thank you, a $5 for the arrows are always important. Okay, so check this out. This is Conch Republic Chicken Corporation. And it says Kenny Rogers Roasters, doing business, DBA name. All right. And, I'm assuming this is the Kenny Rogers that we all know and love. I am not sure about this. Anyway, just something we found. And, I think Fiverr checked this one out, and it is the Kenny Rogers we know and love, right? Right here, TripAdvisor, just another Kenny Rogers. Rodgers, all right? Kenny Rogers Roasters. Okay, so this is the restaurant that Kenny owns. The D Rogers owns, I guess. I didn't know Kenny was in the restaurant business, but apparently he is. So, hey, there you go. Some more information. Kenny Rogers, guitar, concert, merchandise, vintage enamel pin. Man, they got the name right here, right? Engraved, okay? Now, come on. How many examples is it going to take, people? Kenny Rogers, right there. Rodgers. And like I said, for me, I am a no D Rogers kind of guy. But even Rolling Stone remembers Kenny Rogers with a D as well. Like I said, in its reality, he is Rogers. I would like to know if a few people who have Twitter out there would, maybe throw him a link to my channel after I make this video. Maybe Kenny could shed some light on it. Maybe Kenny can tell us if he changed his name or if, he went by an alias. I don't know, but it's a really important Mandela effect because of his status in the country music scene. And I think this is great to see. Now, here's another one. Right here, we have this stock photo of the gambler, Kenny Rogers, right here. And they remember it with a D. Right here we have Kenny Rogers, Martina McBride, returned to Clay County Fair, okay? Kenny Rogers, well, they got Rogers right here, correct? Okay, for me anyway, and they got Rogers wrong here. Here's savingcountrymusic.com, And I guess it goes on to talk about one of the reasons the Country Music Hall of Fame is one of the most revered and respected halls in all the land, and specifically in music, is because it is so hard to get into. Well, yeah, apparently it is. I mean, maybe they, I don't know. I mean, which Rogers is in the Country Music Hall of Fame? I'm curious to know, but maybe we'll find out. But nonetheless, yeah, D represented. And like I said, currently, right now, it's ROGERS. All right, so we have a Kenny Rogers live at Glastonbury Festival. All right, and Kenny Rogers is here. Rock concert DVDs, only rare DVDs. Okay, well, yeah, I guess it would be a rare DVD because it has a D on it, guys. All right, well, there's Kenny Rogers right there. Here's another Kenny Rogers album. This is collectors.com, 1995, Kenny. Here is Texas Hold'em Poker. The Gambler, Kenny Rogers. This is it's listing all the tracks. We have this one right here, 1983 to 2011, The Gambler, Kenny Rogers commercial. And this is on YouTube. And they remember the D. Okay, we have Kenny Rogers, Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to Town. And this is Cordify, and they remember a D. And we're back at the original one here, so I guess I've gone through the proofs. Anyway, guys, I guess that's all I got tonight. I just wanted to share with you and tell you that I can't wait to, get the broadcast going tomorrow night, and I hope I see you there. So you guys take care, have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, y'all.